you...
Well, a new survey has found young Australians are turning their backs on the concept of a republic. The research conducted by the Republican movement showed 55% of under 30s want to keep the Queen.
The only group with more love for the monarchy was the over 70s. So are we destined to remain tied to the motherland forever? Let's ask our GGAP panel. Joining us is social commentator Maud Garrett, Raise the Roof, and radio broadcaster Mike Jeffries. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Maud, do you believe that we should become a republic?
It's a funny debate, one that's obviously been going on for a long time. I think there's change in these figures. The fact that the under 30s are getting more involved with the monarchy is probably because it's relevant to them again, with the love story that is William and Kate. I think that that's kind of like an idealistic thing, and that they're looking at that and they're becoming relevant again. So I think that that's why it's kind of like, yeah, keep them, they're cute, that's nice.
It's such an emotive response to a deeply intellectual issue.
All right, I could go further into it if you'd like. I think that getting rid of the monarchy is actually great on paper, but to actually put it out into practice is a lot difficult. We have to change the currency, we have to change our whole government system, and that's just a little bit too hard. We're safe, it's comfortable, that's why. Thanks for coming.
Keeping for the soap opera, that's the way, yes.
Mike, you know, the group most in favour of becoming a republic was the baby boomers.
Yep.
Does that include you?
Yes and no. It would if I thought it was really going to make us a more independent country. I don't think it will. I don't trust the Republican movement. I think they ran a very dishonest campaign last time.
In what sense?
In that they let the idea that the people could vote for the president go on way too long. In fact, I discussed that on my radio program, and people rang me for weeks saying, would you tell my friend that it's true we can't vote for a president? So, what are we going to do? Have the two-thirds majority? The politicians vote for the president? We could have ended up with Peter Slipper for president. How would that be?
Gee, I wonder what that flag would look like.
Well, the country couldn't afford the text messaging. So you two are technically in agreement.
Yeah, well, yeah, because the statistics show that the young'uns...
Oh, sorry, actually, you're not really, are you? You're really at odds. But
Well, are you saying that Mike's over 70? Because according to the stats, over 70s and under 30s are the ones that
I'm
really
saying
love
that he looks amazing this morning.
Boomers, hey, let's hear it for boomers. They're still under 70. When I was a youth, I used to be fiercely anti-monarchist to the point where I would embarrass my girlfriends by not standing up for the national anthem in the movies. And they would say, please, can we go in after interval?
They played the anthem in the movie?
They used to.
Now
God Save the Queen. God Save the Queen.
That were not the Sex Pistols version either.
No.
I mean, the actual one. But I mean, we talk about how difficult it is to become a republic. And you know, I'm not saying I'm in favour of it or not. But it's not like we're the first country to ever go down that route. Other countries have become republics, have broken away from the British monarchy, and they haven't gone to hell in a handbasket. Some have.
Okay, well, let's become a republic. But I used to have this argument with staunch Republicans and say, why don't we throw it all out? This man wants to run a grassroots campaign. Let's go the whole congressional way then, so we can elect the president. Let's not just have one of the Bunyip aristocracy put one of their own in and say he's a president.
Yeah.
But that's...
hang on, we've got to move on to another...
It's an extremist argument. No one's saying to change our whole Westminster system of government.
Pippa's mum looks so good, though. That's why we like
Yeah, that's it. But that's what's going to save it, the cult of celebrity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you know...
YOLO.
Yes, thank you, Maud.
Segue from Maud, thank you.
OK, so Generation Y has a new name. They're now being called YOLO, which stands for You Only Live Once. Now, the phrase became popular after Zac Efron tattooed it on his wrist. Mike, does this sum up the youth of today?
Well, yes and no. Maybe it sums up the youth of any age to a certain extent. I got the lyrics from Take It Easy here, which came out in 1972. Said, you may lose or you may win, you'll never be here again. And what did the Who say? Hope I die before I get old.
Yeah.
Having said that, I don't know if this is the most risk-takingest generation. I think maybe it's the most coddled generation, the stay-at-home longest generation, the no street smarts generation. You see, when I was a boy entrepreneur, we used to have women there to keep the peace. Now, you see young women drunk on the street advertising. You know, that's not smart.
What?
A boy
That's
entrepreneur.
risky stuff.
I want to see that picture.
I agree with one.
Have you ever been drunk on the street? I certainly haven't.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there. But I agree with one part of what you say, which is I think that YOLO is just the way that we've worded it this time, but every generation has had to some degree what YOLO is. I think Zac Efron regrets that tattoo big time because YOLO has been so overused the last year that I think Gen Y are now stepping away from it because it's just like, well, it's an easy way out when you
It's an
think about
excuse.
it.
That's right. I spoke to a 23-year-old of my acquaintance who said, I don't say YOLO anymore because I only ever said it with evil intent. Like it was an excuse for something that she'd done.
Yes.
So she's trying not to do that anymore.
Justifying actions that were unjustifiable. Oh, well, you only
And
live
this
once.
is the problem with tattoos. Generation Y particularly. Things move so quickly these days. They're in, they're out. Faster than a
It'd be
Sydney
pretty easy
restaurant.
to change that though to read Yogo and get some sponsorship from
Or
that
Yoda.
flavoured yogurt company. Yeah. What do you think? Or what
That
did you
was
say?
Yoda.
Or Yoda.
That would be good.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, that would work. Yeah.
I just wanted to talk about Star Wars.
Efron Zac I am.
That would hurt, wouldn't it, getting a tattoo there?
I guess.
Did that hurt?
Yes.
What have you got?
I've got PB.
Was that personal best?
It should be, but it actually stands for Papa Bear. It's for my dad.
Oh, sweetheart.
Love you, Dad. I love you.
Yes. Now you just have to move out, you young
YOLO.
people today.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Maud.
Thank you, guys.
I want you to bring in pictures of yourself as a boy entrepreneur next week.
Okay, I'll try. For you.
And I'll bring my ones when I'm drunk on the street.
Soon.